What's going on, guys? It's Crops, aka Beast Beats, and today we are bringing to you a GOAT Format Championship 21 tournament run. Did I say tournament twice? I'm not sure. Anyway, it's been a hot minute. I think like half a year. So I should post something. And yeah, I don't know. I want to get back to uploading more than once every blue moon. So this is the deck I took to GFC21. It's a pile that similar variations have been on the channel before, like quite a while back now. Actually, I think there's like the second upload or something like that on the channel was Megarock Reasoning Gate with like Dimension Fusion, Guardian Sphinx. But I don't think Guardian Sphinx is the best because it makes their Nox live, and sometimes people main deck Mind Control and they can attack it and snatch it. And yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. Just don't think it's necessarily the move. So I'll go over the list real quick because why not? The little rundown, and then we'll go into the tournament matches. I won't spoil how many there are, but it's not too little and not too many. So going on through it. So 3 Megarock. Fun fact, for when I first was playing the deck, I thought you had to banish all your rocks. But if you read a little closer, it says, removing from play a rock monsters, parenthesis, S. So you can remove one for, it'll be 700, 700, and then you can metamorphose it into like a King Dragoon or Last Warrior or Twin-Headed in a pinch. I don't know. I think I do this one time actually in the tournament, but usually it's King Dragoon or Last Warrior if that's kind of where you're at. So I think that plays interesting, but usually you want to get them, huge, which is the point of this deck because we're also on 3 Gigantes, which is remove an Earth, good stat line, Sukuyomi proof. If it's destroyed by battle, Heavy Storm. But yeah, 19 by 13. This is also popular, of course, in the Earth aggro deck that I topped GOAT Grand Prix Austin with. I love Gigantes. And then Gigantes' cousin, the Rock Spirit. I mean, he also has his moments of being a 2k wall on your opponent's battle phase, which, I don't know, it's like an attack position spy, I guess. 1700 on yours, though, gets damage in. And then the 3 Master Monks. This guy is only able to be summoned by attributing the Monk Fighter. And he attacks twice. So 2 19s is pretty cool. But the important thing about all 12 of these rock monsters right here is that they cannot be normal summoned or set. Meaning when you use Reasoning or Monster Gate, they will just go to the grave and you keep going until you get to either your 1 Monk Fighter, your Cyberstein, your Jinzo, or of course, D-Monk. So, if you look at the levels, right, that's 4 monsters for Reasoning Monster Gate targets. That's a 2, a 3, a 6, and an 8 in the main. So if you call 4, which, some people statistically, speaking like, oh, Sacred Cranes, 2 or 3 of, so I'll call 4 because that's the most likely. You immediately are going to successfully get something off Reasoning. Game 1. Game 2 can be a little different. But that's kind of one aspect of the deck. Obviously, 8 is usually another big call, or even 6. We'll see that in the matches. The people calling 6 and me getting extremely unlucky in some regard. But yeah, so the not the non-normal summonable, the normal summonable monsters are, again, those 4. Monk Fighter, it's another rock, it's an earth. You don't take any battle damage from like battles involving the card, so you can attack into a spy. If they attack it with BLS, a panda, anything like that, you don't take damage. So that's interesting. It's 1300, it gets under level limit gravity bar, and that's kind of funny. Uh, and then Stein, um, you can get, of course, like Oz to go for game shots, and you got all the other fusions, since it's unlimited fusion deck size in GOAT format. Then you have Jinzo and D-Mock. Just, we only play the one ring. Shout out to Team Ring of Destruction. Game-ending card. Just feel worthy of playing the one trap. You could consider the other trap Trinity cards in the main, but I decided to side deck them. And then Dark Magician Chaos. This should be in pretty much every Reason and Gate deck. It's an insane card. You can add a spell when it's normal or special, and then anything at fight battles is banished, and when it leaves the field while face up, it also banishes itself. The whole idea also is, so in theory, if you have like a combination of these guys and this is in your hand, you could just like summon out like a Megarock banishing one and a Rock Spirit and tribute for D-Mock. So that's not necessarily ideal, but that is an option. Then we have Pot Graceful, and instead of Duo, card destruction, because sometimes you just got a bunch of rocks in your hand, and that's a good way to get your graveyard set up and draw hopefully the green cards, the veggies, off of converting these rocks. One upstart. You could make this like, I think at one point it was Megamorph. You could main deck swords. I don't know, it just depends on what you expect to see. Again, I haven't been playing GOAT much, especially since like last summer even, so I just decided to have more of a flex slot for the 40th card, so to speak, I guess. Heavy, triple Trunade, get your game shots through. Snatch, Prima, just really good power equip spells. Brain, Mind. Both of these, what you brain you can attack with, you can tribute with a Monster Gate, you can tribute for one of these guys. And it just, it helps get game shots, take a Chaos, banish it, things like that. The Mind Control, obviously probably still expecting flip monsters and turbo and stuff to be popular. It can also move a set out of the way, since you can't vortex a set, to get your game shot through as well. Lightning Vortex, GOAT tokens, Thousand Eyes, Board of Spies, things of that nature. And then you can also just, pitch a rock for it, ideally. So, I like Vortex. Monster Incarnation, you can if you mill all your Megarocks, and you have a good amount of other rocks in the grave, you can just pitch a card and turn it into like a, 44k plus beater potentially, depending on your grave setup. So that's pretty good. Which is why, you could consider Megamorph, because then it is the original attack becomes those stats. So if you Megamorph, if you banish 6 rocks, it's 42, and if you Megamorph, that's 84. So it's basically like it's like a main deck Master of Oz at that point. So, one meta, you could do like a second one of these, just because of the fact that, again, you only need to remove 1 for Megarock, and then some of the 7 fusions can be good in certain matchups. King Dragoon for like Turbo Warrior control, and Last Warrior for mirror match, Panda Bird potentially, depending on, again, just the situation. But that could be helpful. Even 5s. Sometimes you do get Master Monk out, so Balter, Fiend Skull, Reaper on the Nightmare. Probably not going to go Reaper. It's probably going to be something like Dark Balter, but yeah, I like the purple cards, gives you a cool toolbox. The 2 Scapegoats, Protection, and Monster Gate Fuel. You could go up to 3, but I feel like 2 is fine, especially with just the, once you resolve one of these, the hope is that you have a fueled grave, even if it's just a couple of these guys, so that you can not have to only rely like on GOAT tokens to tribute for like your gates, and also, if your opponent decides like not to attack, which silly in a way being on 3 monster gates, but if your board's clogged, you can't really OTK. So there's that factor. 3 reasonings and 3 monster gates. that's the big aspect of the deck. Um, if you don't know what these cards do, reasoning just declare level 1 to 12, and you start excavating cards until you hit a monster that can be normal summon set. So again, you just pass through all these. They just go straight to the grave, and it'll either be the Monk Fighter, the Stein, Jinzo, or Demok, depending on, if you draw all 4 of these, that is statistically, I think probably like 1% chance or something. But yeah, if you draw all 4 of these, then yeah, these cards are dead. But it's not too likely. So, and the monster gate should be the monster, and then you do what you do with reasoning, except you for sure get that monster special to the field. And then the ring, target a card. This is not GOAT format text. I wonder if I do this. Oh, no, it doesn't change it to GOAT text. Anyway, you can use it at any point, not just during your opponents. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm explaining all the GOAT cards. Like, if you've been to the channel for a while, you know what all these things do. I guess it's just been a while, so I'm just talking a bit more about the deck than I usually maybe would. The side deck, Cyberjar, this actually went off a couple times, and you'll see. Sadly, it almost went off, or it potentially could have gone off a third time, but they... Oh, well, I'm not going to spoil it, I guess, but you'll see. Tribe, since, again, there's no 4s in the main, so it's like, okay, if they call 4 off your reasoning monster gate initially, right, you're like, oh, they start to kind of see a good amount of your deck. It's like, there's no, I don't think, okay, 4 is not a good call, I'm going to call, 2, 6, or 8, and then a Tribe comes down and just clears the board for a game shot. It's like it's kind of like another Vortex, in a sense, but on a body. And also, you want outs to Kaiku if you did run into something crazy like Horus, which this also outs. So Jar, Tribe. You could do Morphine Jar, but I don't want many flips in a Reasoning Monster Gate deck. So I think just one, and a sided book as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is, I think I've seen maybe Matt Uber or someone do something like this before, but it's a cute little combo. This also outs. I get Kaiku face down, Last Warrior, and then what was the Thousand Eyes restrict, of course. Then King Tiger, this is the stop. They GOAT tokens. It's an Earth. Tsukiyomi would also die on summon. Of course, they still get to book something, but no Thousand Eyes restrict's gonna be a bother. If they have Spy, at least one of the spies is cleared. Now they're only sitting on 1 spy instead of 2. There's different, a burn. Definitely gets burn, stop the trio tokens, even though you can hopefully gate the trio tokens, but this gives you another, utility card. And again, ideally, hopefully, after game 1, they might not think about calling 4, so just a couple good 4s. Other guys I've considered is like Lily, because, I don't think they're going to care enough to call 3 because of a Monk Fighter. But that's similar to the Cyberjar, which is also a rock. It's a dark, but it's a rock, so you can banish Cyberjar from Megarock, which is, cute. But yeah, so you could consider Injection Fairly, you could consider Exile Force, but I do think Tribe probably fills the slot of Exile pretty well in this deck. And then Spell Canceller for the mirror match. If you did run into Library or something, just really great to have a utility, and it's only 5, so unless they know you're siding it, right? A spell heavy deck, they're probably not going to necessarily call 5, so gives you that surprise factor and just, mirror match breaker. And then Gramarg. This, and I don't know. It obviously only gets its effect when you tribute summon it, but it seems fine against going against Turbo, and pop their faiths, their spies, all that. And it's a 2400 rock Earth, so it's Gramarg. It's cool. You don't have to side it, but I just decided to for this tournament. Again, not much prep or testing, just straight up play this fun little pile. Then I started a knock for set decks, a book for control, or again, if I put Cyberjar in, or if it's a deck that can make Last Warrior easily or something. MST for warriors, burn, back row heavy. swords for warriors, burn, any aggro deck, or I don't think it was time, but if you go into time, it's a great card. Speaking of time, walk is also a great card, but this was for burn. Burn is not a great matchup, but walking a huge Megarock can be funny, I guess, so it's there. Then we have Torrential Mirror, the rest of the Trap Trinity. These are good because after you, again, so they see a lot of your deck game one, and they see like 0 traps or just the one ring and like no other traps, and the Jinzo, and okay, you know, you know, they are not as likely, I guess, to expect traps. They might. I think like everyone kept heavy in against me, like even though they didn't see it, either the ring or any traps game one. They're just like, I'm keeping heavy in. I mean, more power to them. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I guess they keep heavy for these cards. I don't know, but anyway. So Torrential Mirror, good cards. Regeki Break to answer pretty much all the problematic things like again Kaiku. If it's burn, the stall cards. What's the other? Oh, for some reason, if someone has like a Jowgen or something. So, yeah, just a good out. And Spell Canceller, it could out Spell Canceller. The funny thing is, these guys out Spell Canceller. This can out a Spell Canceller. Of course, you have to have that into that. This, as long as you have at least 3 rocks set up, out Spell Canceller. So, I mean, you have ways, and this wall is Spell Canceller. So, of course, this does. You can get like outs to Spell Canceller, but that's also like siding this in and the other traps. 1 Hollow Life Barrier for burn or aggro decks, like a mirror match. So the way it works, you pitch a card and you take no damage at all. That's battle or burn damage. I'm pretty sure though in GOAT your monsters can still be destroyed by battle. Because it says your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. I think in GOAT they can be. I'd have to refamiliarize myself with that ruling, but yeah, pretty cool little niche card. And then the Decree for again like burn, warrior, trap heavy decks. So that was the deck. Let's get into the replays here real quick. I say real quick, it's probably been like 20 minutes. Alright. So round 1, GFC21. I'm just going to do the usual play-by-play. I think I'll just show my hand for these. So my first opponent is Dash Heat Dash. So we say our greetings, and then I win the RPS, which is good. I play that 1 of Upstart. The deck can definitely put out 9,000 damage. 10,000 is probably not as likely, especially without Megamorph. So I guess that's another reason to be on just 1, not 2 Upstart, but adding some consistency to the deck full of rocks. But speaking of consistency, you can see we have no plays, so we pass. Sometimes that is just what it is. Hopefully our opponent duos us. Or Don, as long as they don't hit a spell or Jinzo. So it's 50-50 here. We prefer them to hit Gigantes or Megarock, not Jinzo, Brain, Trunade. I can't remember what they hit, to be honest. Looks like it's the Gigantes or the Megarock, depending on which order they go. Yep, Gigantes. So that's perfectly fine. That is no worries there. I draw a Monster Gate, which is pretty good. And I think for a while here, or I Brain first, which I should have thought longer, because I end up deciding that the only Monster Gate targets left now in the deck is Monk Fighter, which wouldn't be the best, Stein, and Demok. And we have Gigantes Megarock in hand. So I'm like, okay, what we probably should have done was Trunade, Brain the Dawn, and Monster Gate it. And if we get Stein or Demok, depending how many other rocks we mill, will be the end of the game. Honestly, that's probably what we could have just went for. It's just a bluff set. So we could have just even swung for 14. What we end up doing is Trunade now, which doesn't make not the best sequencing, but we Monster Gate it and immediately get punished. Jeez, my throat. Okay, we immediately get punished. Mill Master Monk, which is a rock, but then immediately into Monk Fighter. If we had Master Monk in hand, that would actually be different. That'd be 19, 19. I mean, we could put him pretty low. I mean, can't do 9,000 with that. So definitely a 33% chance to hit Monk, 66 to hit D-Mock Stein. So we just tribute Jinzo, summon Gigantes, and smack him for, what is that? Yeah, 40 for 3. And so it's not even half. We do have Megarock. It's not the best follow-up right now because it'd only be a max of 21. And they have a hand of 6 cards, so. And they have Tribe. And they pitch the Dead Mind Control. They pitch a Kaiku, which I kind of want to see what they had because Kaiku is really, really strong against me to have as a follow-up. So I wonder. They decided not to discard Dust. Okay, that. I guess to try and snipe a Scapegoat, or if I have exactly Snatch or Premature. Yeah. But Kaiku is really good follow-up. Do they have another Kaiku in their hand? BLS, Breaker. Oh. Funny enough, I think they could have considered discarding the Breaker since they already have Dust. So they have BLS Kaiku in hand with Dust set. But they wouldn't have been able to get the Kaiku down in time anyway because my back's against the wall. So I just go for the, like I said, banish just 1 from Megarock. And it's Warrior, so King Dragoon, out the Tribe. And King Dragoon almost gets us there. Yeah, they draw a Judgment that does nothing. They set it, they set to stay alive. Well, there's the Snatch. We swing in. They set another card. Excuse me. If I go for Reasoning, now it's 50-50. Stein does nothing. D-Mock is likely the end of the game because I can add back True Need. But they just, if I Reasoning, they almost certainly call 8. And if I get Stein, that does nothing. So I think I just decide to swing. Which puts him down to 1,500 life. They don't have a light for BLS. They have 3 traps that do nothing and a BLS. If they don't draw an out right now, the next turn the game's over, and they draw a set. So crazy enough, I don't know why I don't go True Need into Reasoning. They call 8, and if it's D-Mock, that sucks. If it's Stein, we can actually, I mean, I don't know. Stein attack over this, there's no way I know that's a level 2. Stein doesn't even get over a set Kaiku. Could be a DD Warrior Lady, it could be, it's more likely to probably be like a Blade Knight. So, I think it is, and maybe a discard just to attack. The traps did nothing last turn, yeah. Again, even though in theory I could have won that turn, that's like, they're just calling 8 off the Reasoning, almost guaranteed at this point. Then they draw, this is the Blade Knight, so this is unfortunate. We draw a Master Monk, but unfortunately Monk Fighter's already in the grave. If this was actually one of 3 Rock Spirits or one of the 2 other, or no, I guess if this was one of the other 2 Mega Rocks, or Gigantes, 3 Rock Spirits, so yeah, 6 other rock monsters instead of this, we would have been in a good spot. Heck, even a D-Mock probably would have put us in a good spot because we could True Nade, Reasoning. They probably call 8, but D-Mock's in our hand, so we get the Stein. We tribute the 2 for D-Mock, depending on what we mill at the Reasoning, and hopefully can be able to attack for game on that turn. But that's not how that rolls out. We attack, and I'm like, okay, BLS is probably in their hand, which, you know, it has been. And then they draw a monster for a lethal at game shot. So, if they didn't draw that Sasuke, if we had one more turn, we had True Nade. They have Judgment, though. We have Snatch, they have Dust. So, and they have Saku. So, it just depends what our next card was. But, yeah, it's the end of the game. So, we lose game 1. Is what it is. we go into game 2, and I think we just set the scapegoat, and oh no, we set both, because, oh yeah, again, I guess I'm thinking, you know, they don't have heavy storm, which I don't think they do. They go for the Dawn. I just goat this. I don't want to discard a random card. They set 4 back row, and I just pass. They go DD Warrior Lady. I decide to Mirror Force this for a +1. They let it go. I draw Rock Spirit. I just pass. I just want to start to gather up like Reasoning, Monster Gate type, or just more rocks for when I'm Reasoning. Megarock. And at this point I have 7 cards in hand, so I can either set the MST pass or just start to go for it. I think yeah, I True Nade the Judgment, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Reasoning, just to see what they want to do. They call 6, so 6 is a good call because I'm sure they have traps for Jinzo. And I have about 10 or so Earth Rocks in deck, so I can start to get like at least the Rock Spirit set up Jinzo immediately. So yeah, that's the first time that's happened. Let's keep a track of Jinzo immediately, and my opponent called 6 on Reasoning count, so that's 1 for the tournament so far. So I just decided to set. They clear the tokens, which is fine. I draw Gigantes, all dead. Well, I think no, not dead now because I just Vortex. And then I summon Gigantes. And I decide to swing into a Battle Trap because I know it's there. I'm surprised I don't drop the Rock Spirit yet. I probably should have just dropped the Rock Spirit there. And they have Ring, but yeah. Blade Knight number 3. Yeah, BK, have it your way. 3rd Blade. I just decided to goat. They kill a goat, and now it's like if I drop Rock Spirit, they just attack the goats anyway. So I just pass, draw Master Monk. They set a card, we draw Reasoning, we just go for it. They call 6 again, I'm not sure why. Like, it's... yeah, I don't know why, because now at this point, I'm pretty sure the only monster, the targets are, like, I'm not sure if I kept Stein in, I might have taken Stein out for this game, but it's probably like Tribe, DMOC. So it's probably 4-8 are the only 2 in deck right now. Oh, yeah, no, those are probably the only 2 in deck. Let's see. Yeah, ends up being Tribe. Okay, so we're gonna Prio, pitch Monk. They book. We just swing into, and then they mirror, which is good. So they'll hold on to their ring. We do have MST here, but I think, okay, we just drop this, which I'm not quite sure why we do that, but drop that. They set another. Okay, here's DMOC. Unfortunately, can't tribute the goat token. So goat token's gone. They set another card. We drop card D. I pass. They summon Tribe. They pitch Duo. They go. Wow, if they Duo, that we actually would have been probably just screwed. But instead, they. Well, I guess they don't want to Crash Blade, but they want to get us lower and hope like Ring. But then, yeah, this is actually pretty good. So we just, I think I spaced the, Ring here, which is good. Good hit. I think I'm thinking it's a potential to be another Solemn right there. So they don't Ring. I card D. I premature the DMOC back. I think it's just Battle Trap here. Yep, Saku, Widespread. Yeah, 2 Battle Traps. We get True Nade. We play the True Nade. We prima back the Jinzo. So now the 2 Battle Traps in their hand do nothing. We demock over the Tribe so they can't reborn it because they already have plenty of lights and no reason to banish the blade. So banish the tribe, kill the now 1600 blade with Jinzo. Thank you, True Nade. Extra 400 damage. Play the swords. Again, I still don't believe Heavy Storm's real. And pass. And they draw into, yeah, okay, so they have 3 traps. So next turn I just attack and the game is over. So that's game 2, going into game 3. Let's see, we open, yeah, it's a pretty bricked up hand as potentially expected. They go good old Grace, pitch blade heavy, so they do have heavy. They duo, luckily hit a rock. We just pitched the Vortex, so I do like True Nade, Brain into Monster Gate. And they just go set, summon Blade, Death Shoot us for nothing, which is actually lucky because there is a decent amount of monsters in here. We got Soul Master Matt watching. We decided to go True Nade, they ring because they know we have Brain, so it is what it is. And I think we just set our hand and pass because they're heavies engraved. And I do that because there is 2 Rhodas and Donzalug likely lurking. And what happens? Rhoda. So if we didn't set our hand, we would have got Donzalug. Instead, we just get BK Have It Your Way. They summon the blade. They set a card. They hit us for 2,000. I think about this for a long time if I want to end phase space it. I decide to, ends up being a dead dash shoot. Good bluff, I think I say. I shouldn't have MST, they should have just held it, but it's okay. We got Aurelio swatching. I say good bluff. They said thanks. We said codes. They MST the new set. We got R3V, Rev. Shout out to Rev. Check out his channel. We chain the goats. He was just sneaking in to do some scouting and leave. People really want to win the tournament. I'm just playing for fun. We got Nostromo in the Watchers. We draw Decree. We Monster Gate into Jinzo. Jinzo for 400 over. Set the Decree and pass. Heavy's gone. In case they have the Jinzo, we have the Decree. They snatch. Attack over. They set another card. We draw Heavy. We gain 1,000. We should play the Heavy right now and hit him for 24 and put him on a 1-turn clock. But what do? We get Greedy. They don't have Dark Engrave. Yeah, we should literally just heavy attack. Who cares about the Brain? I mean, heck, we could if we don't want to heavy yet for whatever reason, we could even Brain hit him for 24. But we set the heavy. That was just if they draw break or pop the heavy. I don't know that heavy and MST are gone, but that's just. I understand not wanting to lose it to Donzalug actually, I guess, which is much more like lead than breaker, I think, in this case, because of 1 Rhoda, 1 Dawn, as opposed to the 1 breaker. But hey, if they trigger it from Mobius, which that would be insane, but if they did that, yeah, and we're really in trouble. So we should have heavied there. That was silly. We can get another 1,000, which is cool. So if we had heavy, we hit him for 24. They're at 22. They'd be able to set Spy, but like that's fine. We draw Democ, so we would have been at 5,000, not 6,000, but we pass again, and then they draw a breaker, and we're dead. I mean, I didn't think this was a Spy. I figured it was. I don't even know what I thought it was, but yeah, there was no reason not to just. We have to heavy. My mindset was, as soon as they have another face-up monster, we can brain control it. Oh, and it was breaker, not Dawn. That's funny. We can brain control it, take their other monster, then heavy, get our Jinzo back, and go for a game shot. Like I was thinking something like that. But as soon as they set this, and I drew this, I mean, we have to heavy. And now they pop the Brain, so we didn't even use the Brain. We lost it anyway. They flip Spy, get another Spy, and that's 6,000 or 64. We get Nintendo 64 out of the game. We should have heavied. That was extremely greedy, so we lose round 1, and we deserve to lose round 1 because of that misplay. So that's what happens when you don't play GOAT for half a year, but it is what it is. Moving on to round 2. So, they were watching Nostromo, our next opponent, was watching because they are our next opponent. Well, I'm guessing one of those was our next opponent in the winner's bracket, and the other one was our next opponent in the loser's bracket. Or what do they call it? Not the loser's bracket, the Dogtown. So our Dogtown opponent is Nostromo. Now we have to go like 6, 7, 8 something matches in a row to even have a chance of day 2ing. And spoiler, that's not going to happen. But yeah, no, should have heavied. That was a big throw. We would have been fine. They would have had a spy and a breaker against Jinzo. We would have drew another card after Demock. We would have been able to stabilize. It'd be fine. But instead, we decided to throw. So I'm going to kind of just get through these next replays faster because time is of essence. So they break our goats, which is good. We summon all our goats. They spy. Spy is insane in goat. Almost every deck plays it. The warrior deck, chaos deck. But I'm not going to put it in a Reasoning Gate deck, but I guess you could. Honestly, you could, as long as you draw one and get the other, just hold the Reasoning Monster Gates. Anyway, we heavy, they ring the last go token. We Reasoning, they call 8. Okay. Jinzo immediately, before any rocks, even though we have this. So technically, this is the second time that's happened. We have 12, 13 rocks or something in deck. Yeah, something like that. But it was just Jinzo immediately. So that's the second time that's happened. Happened in the first match, happened in the second match. Luckily, they didn't call 6 like the last time, so we get the Jinzo. We played the Graceful. I think for a while I pitched Monk, Goat, and then I banish for Rock Spirit, Vortex. Oh no, I hold Vortex because I'm like, I don't even care about these guys. I could have put him at half health, but I figure he's just going to have another set monster. And he actually goes pot into another set monster. As predicted. We don't care about the back row. We clear that. Jinzo over the other ends up being a Sangan. They search Yugioh, which can out Rock Spirit. We just pass. Hold our gas. They go Prima, bring back Breaker. Summon Suit, put the Jinzo down. Breaker gets over the Jinzo. They do our hand. Hit a rock. We pitch Demock. And then they get Suk back. We draw Gigantes, which Gigantes is strong. It's Tsukuyomi proof. Like if you have Mirror, you have Mirror. Could I have committed the other one as well? No, I couldn't have even committed the other one, so that's fine. Vortex. I don't think Vortex would have been game. It would have been extra. No, it would not have been game. So could have put him out of brain range, but you know, this is Goat, not Edison, who plays brain control. Well, I do in the main, but okay. They Suka over the Spirit. They add back Tsukuyomi. We draw Reasoning, which is strong. We play it because if we get Stein, we're good. If we get Monk Fighter, it is what it is. I think we had to get a Monk Fighter, and I'm like, you know what? Just swing for the fences. And it ends up being Goat. We kill 2 goats. We pass. Hold the Vortex still. They Suka over the Monk Fighter. That's fine. Monk Fighter goes down. They set a card. They pass. I say, you know what? I don't believe you. Banish for Gigantes. That's good. Okay, Vortex pitch meta. Pop your tokens. Battle phase. Go for game. And it ends up working. I was going to look at what the back row was. Not a battle trap. Nothing that stopped 2 19s. So we go second in game 2. They go set Sangan, set something else. We knock the Sangan, which is fine. Set our ring. They breaker. That's perfect. Ring is the solid answer right there. We'll take our 16. I draw a Rock Spirit. I decide just to pump a Reasoning. They call 6. And, okay, statistically speaking, we have about 12, 13 rocks in deck, so we can at least get this online. But, nope. So, yeah, this is the third time that's happened. So, in match 1, Jinzo 6, immediately Jinzo. They called it right. In this match, game 1, they call 8, but Jinzo 6 immediate. Next time, they're like, you know what? I'm going to call 6. Jinzo 6 immediate. It's the third time Jinzo was on top before any rock. Not a single. There's a dozen rocks. And it's immediately Jinzo. So I say I'm getting sniped today, and the sniping is not over, friends. The sniping, this is the third. I didn't know it happened back to back in the same match, but yeah. Yeah, most decks rocks, and they call 6 gens are right away. No other monsters. Yes, it happened round 1. Ashura Priest is insane against us right now. We have nothing. We can't Vortex either, so we are chilling like a villain. They sent another, and we draw a card D, and we're kind of in a spot where I think we just card D the hand away. Yep, I say forget it. Give me new kind. Give me new. Oh, I give my opponent the commands. They pitch Spy, Meta, Swap, Prima, Ashura Priest. We draw Pi, MST, Rock Spirit, Jar. That's much better. Oh yeah, we did put the Jar in, so that wouldn't have been a great thing off the reasoning. But at least we could summon Megarock. I mean, we didn't have Megarock in hand at the time, but at least it would have been a 900 beater that would just immediately die to Ashura Priest. But rather take 900 less damage, I guess, in that case. Anyway, we go Pot, Gigantes, Megarock. So now things are kind of starting to kick off. We have a decent amount in grave. I think we just set Jar Pass. Oh no, we actually do go Rock Spirit. Oh, and they Torrential. Oh, okay. So now we can set Jar Pass. That's interesting. I don't really know why they Torrentialed the Rock Spirit. Do they have no answer to that? UST Heavy, Big Bang, Rhoda. I'm sure Rhoda probably finds an answer. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why they Torrentialed one Rock Spirit. That's a bit strange. I set Jar Pass. They MST or MST. Oh, no, it's Goats. I don't chain it because I think if I chain it, I don't summon off Jar. I don't actually know. I mean, I'm probably not summoning off Jar anyway. Does Jar even activate? I'm not sure the ruling on if you activate Goats and then Jar. Ah, man. I'm not even going to think right now. I'm sure someone definitely knows that ruling. I don't come into that interaction too often. They wrote it for Zapper, which is wild. So, I don't know what they think this is, but if I did chain the Goats, this Zapper would have ate me alive, man. That's 2 17s to my face. Oh. Sorry, I don't have a mic to mute. I had to sneeze. My window's open, so sunlight's coming in right now. But, alright, so good thing we didn't chain the Goat. We take our, 800 right here. Oh, yeah, we're at 3,000. We would have died if we goated. Oh my gosh, we would have died if we activated Scapegoat. That's crazy. I would not have expected this. They have a sure, right? Oh my gosh, yeah. Priest, Big Bang Shot. That's nasty. That would have killed it. That's a game through Goats. Wow, I almost got a sure Big Bang. Okay. But luckily, the Jar pops off. I don't know what they were thinking about. Maybe a sure Goat ring. I don't know. Anyway. So we get R5. And I could die here because I'm only at 22. But we get lucky because all they get is Magician of Faith, Mage Power, Exile Force, Scapegoat, Metamorphosis. We get Book, Resolving, Cyberjar, Monster Gate. Scapegoat, Rock Spirit, Gigantes. Then we have Angel, Valentinov, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, that's our next opponent. We take 1,000, go down to 12. And man, that ring is not looking too great right now. So, I mean, for us, right? I think for a long time here, we have a lot of cards. I figured this is Scapegoat, so I know I want to space it before doing any of this. They know we have Book off the Cyberjar, which is going to save us from this here. But so I'm like, okay, I want to snatch the Exile to pop the Faith, but I know that's a Scapegoat. I don't know what this is. This is not known at the time. They said it with Torrential. So in a way I can, think it might be like another trap, but also in another way think it's, if they said TT Ring, I guess Heavy was probably gone at that time. So yeah, unless I get D-Muck off, the worst that could happen is it gets Trunated. Yeah, I guess maybe it makes sense them setting both there. But here, we think for a while. I decided to drop a Rock Spirit. I'm not sure why, because Torrential's gone. So I should probably. Oh right, I'm gonna hold MSTing the goat because oh, I want a monster gate for DMOC here because I either get DMOC or tribe or something. Yeah, so I want a monster gate here. So that's what we do. Oh, it ends up being King Tiger. That's crazy. So that does stop goats. But yeah, I mean, there's no way I know that this is what I was going to get off the gate. Because I think I also had tribe and DMOC. So actually it was, I guess, only 33% chance of DMOC there. But yeah, hitting the, so blind space in the ring, they ring, they're exiled. But then obviously monster getting a King Tiger is insane. But there's no way I know. You just can't know that's going to happen. You could, again, I think it's a 33% chance. I guess it's 33% chance of King Tiger, 30% chance of tribe, which clears the goats, and 33% chance of DMOC, or 33.3, whatever, for a vortex to clear goats. So in theory, I could have just spaced this before committing the rock speed or anything, because if they ring, they're exiled. We'll probably just hold the book and go down to 200 because, well, heck, DMOC could even get mind control for their Faith because we know it's Faith. We could flip Faith, get a different spell, and yeah, flip Faith, get the vortex. Yeah, we could get DMOC, Mindcon the Faith, flip the Faith, get vortex, and Gigantes, Megarock. I mean, yeah, that should be 64. So we could have did things that way. What ends up happening is we ring and we have to book or we're dead. So we just go snatch the exile, pop their Faith, set goats pass, and then they goats end phase, which is interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, they know it's King Tiger, so that makes sense. I didn't summon Gigantes because I want to be able to use my goats to survive because I'm only at 1200. They heavy, we goats, which, man, I mean, luckily they're a big bang shot, and like an Ashura, one Ashura and one Zapper's gone. But I think, oh no, they can't. Oh yeah, they do kill us. They have a second Ashura and Mage Power, a goat token for 15. So we actually died all their equips. They say the heart beats fast against Reasoning Gate. If I die, it's on us. I said it could be scary. But eventually, at some point, I say, please don't die. Yeah. So we set ring. I don't know why I don't set goats as well. But, oh, because goats is going to kill us against this big Bane Ashura Priest deck. But probably kept like one in. I kept both in. I didn't start it out. After seeing Ashura Priest, Big Bang Shot, that was kind of silly of me to keep all those in. And I just said it. Okay. I'm just like, you're not going to have it. I mean, I don't have to activate it. So, I don't know. But I do activate it. And they kill 2 with 2 spies, so it's not too bad, luckily. Luckily, it doesn't end up costing us the game. If they said leave 4, that would have been scary. But luckily, we do have Grace to get us somewhere. Heavy is really good. We pitch Rock Spirit Goats. I just decided to heavy, and I chain ring to their normal summon spy, or normal set spy, whatever. Keep their special summon 1 in case of random Jowgans. We end up getting Tribe, which is fine. I think for a while here, drop Gigantes, and just decide to keep Megarock, Jinzo, Minecon in hand. In case they do have the other set, but ends up being Ashura, which clears good amount of the board. I could have triggered the tribe for Jinzo. Because, I mean, both... I guess this doesn't lose the snatch as bad, though, leaving the tribe instead of committing the Jinzo yet, so I don't know. Anyway, they go Ashura, yep, clear. They set a card. I could tribute for Jinzo, summon Megarock and Monster Gate it. I think that's what we do. Because I'm pretty sure most things we can get off this Monster Gate kill, especially DMOC. And it ends up being, oh yeah, King Tiger. That actually, I think it's a goat. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. So it doesn't kill actually, it leaves them with 400. We know they have Ashura Priest, but we pass. They have to Ashura Crash into King Tiger, and then they do have BLS, I think, as well, which is you know, pretty strong. Yep, they banished Jinzo, but we just Minecon it. Banish itself. Pass. They pot. They have 5 cards to our 1. They set. We draw Megarock. I pass. I'm at 67, so excuse me. Outside of crazy things like return, and then they go, and this makes me really happy because I mean Mage Power would hurt, but I say I need my Big Bang shot. So hold on, they go. I mean, when Rhoda was, they could have got Zapper and started smacking us for 26 and put us on a clock. And they have Faith to get back Pot, so they could have Zapper Pot. I don't think they should have goaded there. Yeah, strange goat. Anyway, Spell Canceller, I guess we put that in. I guess there's another stop to the goat and all the equips and all that. So now they do Rhoda for Zapper, but they don't have any space. So they just set pass. And I only have 5 in deck, but like I'm just drawing, and because I know I have 2 True Nades in deck. So like we'll just draw until we just get a game shot. And there's one of the True Nades. And I think we have it here. Or do we wait one more turn maybe? Yeah. So we might have. What do we draw? Okay. Yeah, we definitely have a game shot here. So we go True Nade. Because all we have to do is summon Gigantes, tribute for Demock, add back Premature the Tribe, so we don't even, so that acts like, again, Tribe, Vortex, Lightning Vortex on legs, in a sense, at least if it's all the same type, especially. We pitch the card D, because we're not going to be using that, and then we can just attack with Demock, attack with Tribe, because 2 spies are gone. So unless this was like something like Night Assailant, Tsukiyomi, that will be a game shot. And it was. So they scoop, they say, well, Plague, look, and there's the tourney. We say, likewise. On to round, so that's, we are now 1-1 going into round 3 against Angel Valentinov. And they win RPS. I think we picked Rock a lot in the RPS. Oh, okay. This game right here is actually pretty crazy. So they duo. Comment below if you think duo will hit Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed. Alright, and we pitch the Monk. They set pass. And here's a little fun fact. Our opponent is now dead. Minecon, Faith, flip Faith, get back Pot. Pot, heavy, Reasoning. Play Reasoning. 4, the most statistically likely. Although if you saw this, I would start to doubt calling 4. We now get a monster for sure. It is either Monk Fighter, Jinzo, or Cyberstein. Pay 5,000. Feel outstanding. That's 4,200 on board. Banish for Gigantes. Tribute for Demock. That is 7,000 damage between Master of Oz and Demock. We can add back something, but the opponent already sees the writing on the wall. Game 1 done. And that was 2 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes, Reasoning Gate does that. I mean, our opponent helped us by setting a Faith for our Moncon, but when they hit the pot, I was like, ah. But then when they set a monster, I'm like, well, if it's Faith, we can't, no reason to let them pot again, or let them duo again, because our hand doesn't do anything otherwise, so we lucked out that one. Speaking of pot, they got Stumbling Jiu-Jitsu Master. Did not know this was upon us. I did side this in, though, for, flip, because all I saw was duo Faith, right? So in my head, I'm like, okay, probably Turbo. That's where most people play, but it could be Chaos Control. But either way, Grandmark's all right. Maybe could have held off on the Grandmark, and then Mind Conning it ends up being a Jiu-Jitsu Master. I don't flip summon it, because if I did, it would go to defense, and now they can choose to keep it in defense or move it to attack mode on their turn. So I just keep it set. Plus I have Grandmard, so I just set, goat, break, throw it back. Please summon King Tiger, it goes to defense. And I do have goats, don't I? Yeah, so now the goats are not doing anything. I wonder if I have Vortex here. Yep, pitch Gigantes. Summon Gigantes, because we just want to get a guy on the field. Calls back King Tiger, goes to defense. So on their turn they can flip it to attack. That's... I really think for a while if I want to break this. I decided to just let the Gigantes heavy storm the field. He ends up losing it. He should have Seize Fired in Battle Step, just to do another 1,000 damage to me, but I don't think that 1,000 matters. We'll find out. I know I'm in a bad spot with just Grandmard in my hand, but I don't expect him to do this much damage right now. And Spy Kaiku is... Here's Spy again. I think Spy has been in every match. Cards nuts. Speaking of nutty cards, the Smiling Face. Love to see it. We got the goats. I can't drop Rock Spirit because Kaiku's in the way. They play around Mirror Force. We don't main deck that. Oh no, this game too. I don't think I sided in, but I guess they don't know. I take the 12, but I don't want the Kaiku. Oh, last turn they didn't banish the Gigantes with the Kaiku. I don't know if that ends up mattering or not. I guess it could, depending. Here we just slam the Monster Gate because we're in a bad spot. We end up getting D-Mock, which is insane. Their set is just... oh, well, it's a... Oh, yeah. We think for a while. We grab the Vortex to really try to push for, like... we can actually have Vortex into Grandmard, the set monster. But on resolve or resolution, we're dead. So, I say live by the ring, die by the ring. Yep. And that is that. Game 3. So game 1, we killed on turn, our second turn. Or sorry, no, our first turn. We just straight up FTK'd, well no, well OTK on our first turn, whatever. And then game 2, they ringed us to death. So now game 3, we draw the jar, which is insane. So I'm thinking about playing swords in case of some... But I'm like, dude, there shouldn't be a Mystic level 2. If it's exile, it doesn't matter if we play swords. Just hold swords is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't expect them to have knocks in. So I'm expecting this to resolve. Alright, I'm like, okay. So I don't even set the goats because I'm like, this is going to resolve. They play stumbling. And I'm like, it's annoying, but, we'll get through it. We'll manage. And then they Rhoda for Dream Clown, and I'm like, They summon the Dream Clown, and the jar does not resolve. So we open the one Cyber Jar, and unfortunately, we don't get the second jar off there. Because we got, I think, one so far. That would have been the second time, but the dream is dead to a clown. The dream is dead to a clown. Wow, that's a good play on the name right there. Anyway, they got their pot. They go Kaiku, which has to go defense, but now it's just, now I can't summon this Megarock by banishing Cyber Jar because Kaiku is on the field. We take our 12. I'm not going to even bother goading that. I don't have Monster Gate quite yet. We draw Gigantes, which is currently dead because no rock, no earths, and no Kaiku. And opponent has Kaiku. We swords. We pass. They draw. They heavy. We go. So that heavy, just because they, wanted to clear the swords. So here, though, I think they summon another monster and clear 3 goats. Oh, and it's a King Tiger. Wow. If they summon King Tiger heavy, we would have been in a really tough spot, but they clear 3 goats, luckily leaving us with 1. Here, we just got to go for reasoning. Yep, they call 8. Oh! Hold on. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Jinzo immediately, no rocks. This is the 4th time in 3 matches. It's happened every match. Reasoning. Jinzo is the next monster. I don't know what was going on this day, but we were just not we were not milling for the big Megarock. Big Megarock was not happening on was it January 13th? I think, yeah, GFC 21. Not going on Saturday the 13th. Yeah, we get Jinzo immediately, which is good. Which is good. It stops the smear force, so I can't complain about that. And then I think we end up snatch stealing the Kaiku, but we can't drop Rock Spirit or Gigantes, and I don't really want to drop a 700 Mega Rock right now, so I think we just snatch it and clear. Yeah, we snatch the Kaiku, Jinzo over the Dream Clown, because we want to banish the Dream Clown with Kaiku, because King Tiger isn't that bad now at this point. We've already resolved the go. Our hand doesn't lose to King Tiger outside of only banishing 2 for this, I guess, but we just, took the Kaiku, hit him for 100, banished the Dream Clown, and that was his only monster in grave. Pass it back. The dead Mirror Force. They do gain 1,000. They set, pass. Luckily, we have our 1 knock that we put in. We have Trunade, which, funny enough, lets us out their Kaiku in a way. But I think what we end up doing is just knock attacking, because there's not much point to Trunade having just no gas in grave to drop these guys right now. So we banish the King Tiger, because why not? They gain 1,000. They drop DD Assailant, which that's a good card. So they banish our Jinzo. We have draw Monster Gate, which I think I Trunade because I can just snatch Kaiku back if I want to, and Monster Gate my last token. That's the plan anyway. If they ring the token, that's unfortunate, but it's Mirror, and I'm not sure what the other one was, but yeah, Mirror and something else. So we do Monster Gate, and I think we do go ahead and hit a oh yeah, we mill our whole deck, and Demock is the last card. So yeah, Demock was the bottom card, but it's okay because now, okay, so yeah, so see how we milled Jinzo right away? Here were the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8. Only 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. I guess because we had 3 in hand, so that's 11. I thought there were 12 total. Oh, I sided out. Yeah, Monk Fighter and Master Monk. Jar is a rock technically, but not Earth. Okay, I see. Yeah, I took out 1 Master Monk and 1 Monk Fighter. Okay, for oh, okay. No, it still was. I took out. So it was Jinzo, Cyberjar, Demock. Well, that was it. No tribe. Only 3 targets for me Reasoning Monster Gate. Wow, I don't know. I don't think I sided quite the best for that game. So that was on me as far as only having 3 Reasoning Monster Gate targets. Usually at least have 4. That was quite gambly. Ends up working out, but that's why I milled to the last card. But okay, Mirror, DD, Saku, Judgment. Oh, Judgment I think was what they would have drawn for turn. Okay, round 4. But yeah, so heavy match so far. Jinzo 6 immediate. That one was less. Rocks, I guess, still 8 in deck. So and Demock. So it was out of the 10 monsters in deck, 8 of them were rock and 2 were not rock. 2 not rock earths. So I don't know, tough. So now we're against Thrust, which I think during the stream, JDZ, shout out to him, of course, one of the best GOAT format Yu-Gi-Oh commentators out there. Really passionate for the game. I think during the stream it was sponsored by Thrust or something like that. It does kind of sound like an energy drink, yeah. Anyway, so this card is problematic. But I'm just going to swing with the Monk Fighter, and he rings. And I'm like, huh, okay. I really don't know what the set is that he's ringing Monk Fighter. But I just drop a Rock Spirit, because I'm alright, I'll just set up some defense. And he summons a Borg. So, If I didn't do this, I get Reapered. If I do this, I get Zaborged. So, I mean, there's not really... I think I would have rather got gambled with Reaper, because at least Stein would have been live still. But now Stein is dead. He sets 1. I don't really feel the need to True Nade. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? I'm like, oh, no, I do because I need this play to go through. Okay. We True Nade because we have 2 and we need this play to go through. We banish 1 and we make a rock and we go twin-headed because, unfortunately, Last Warrior is 2350. That does nothing. King Dragoon is 24. That only crashes into a Zaborg. So we go for the twin-headed. Because what's also Thunder, so if at some point he's like forced to call Zaborg back to survive or something, I don't know why we want to attack over with this, but I don't know. Tribe right now kills Twin, but also is Zaborg, so I don't know. Maybe Saint Joanne Fairy, so if we had Angel, we'd have to try his own. I mean, that's just probably not going to happen. But anyway, we get the twin-headed, because why not? I guess this is just... this is cool. It's the twin-headed Thunder Dragon. Hit him for 4. And then Graceful, I think, is just going to end this game with a nice, spicy BLS. Not the first time I lost to BLS. And not the last. Okay, next game. When you lose to BLS, you say, okay, and move on. I mean, there's nothing else to do about it. Definitely one of the top cards in GO format. Hands down. We do draw Graceful. But it's turn 1. I'm not going to pop off. I think I just set the break. For later. I don't even really want to use it on their turn, but I could easily pitch the Master Monk if it's like Reaper or something. But it ends up being a set. It is that Gravekeeper Spy. Every match, Gravekeeper Spy. And every match, Jinzo, Reasoning, Jinzo right on top. So, seeing a couple trends in these matches. This is the 4th match. Where's the Reasoning? Because I think it's going to happen again. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I don't know what the statistical chance of that is. If someone could find out throughout these matches, the chance for me to, you saw the deck list, so the chance for me, I know slightly altered after siding, but I don't think I ever went below 12 rocks in deck. Let's see. I definitely never went below 11, but I don't, actually 11, yeah, 11 is the lowest I went, I think, on like Earth rocks in deck. So, whatever the statistical odds of Reasoning Jinzo being immediately the next card for once in the first match, twice in the second match, and once in the third match, and I'm pretty sure it happens in the 4th match. But let's see. It's happened 4 times. I don't know what the odds of that are. Unfortunately, it ends up being a spy. But honestly, after we MST'd the decree, because we knew they were on Reaper, we probably should have just Regeki braked this to get in for 17 and set ring. But what do we discard with the Regeki? Oh, after seeing Decree, we could have just pitched the Storm for Regeki break. MST, it's Decree, okay. Regeki break, pitch Storm. Pop the set Spy, 17 direct, set ring, have Gigantes Prima. That wouldn't have been terrible, but yeah, I mean, because I know it's I saw Zaborg, Reaper, I figured there's, and now Decree, probably some kind of Monarch, like, tribute strategy, so leaving them with these spies is not ideal, and I think we just kind of go back and forth for a little bit. I do set ring now, and I'm hoping it's not another Decree, which I don't think it is. Yeah, now it's a Mirror Force, so if we pitch the heavy, we would have ran into that. I think we potentially run into it anyway, but we'll see. They do tribute their special spy, smart, in case of maybe they're on Jowgen and Angel, I don't know. And they go into their Zaborg, they pop our guy. And here I'm like, might as well ring, because ring isn't going to do too much else. I mean, I could break on the Zaborg and like ring the spy, but I do have a break here. I think I go for Gigantes to put out another chump blocker. No, I just pass. And they go Reaper. So I didn't put the chump blocker, so now I have to deal with Reaper. They probably had another like Zaborg or Moniker in their hand. They had Zambira actually, so they just wrote through that down. Or they even have this meta Serpent play. Alright, anyway, I was just curious what their other options were. But yeah, if we had summoned the Gigantes. But they go break, or we break the Reaper. Luckily it's not a Decree face down, we would have went super neg. Now we have a Reasoning. So, we heavy, and we Reasoning. I can't remember if it happens right here. Place your bets down. Comment down below if you think that, if you're watching like an hour into this, if you think that this reasoning is going to hit Jinzo immediately with no other fuel. Well, we already have at least 2 rocks, luckily, but with no other fuel for Megarock Gigantes. Comment now. And also comment, do they call 6 and get it right? Let's see. They call 4. Okay. So if it is Jinzo immediately, we lucked out. Because there are no 4s. Oh no, this is game 2. Oh shoot, there could be a tribe. There could be a tribe. Let's see. Okay, so actually, luckily it was DMOC immediately. So no rocks. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the like 11, 12 are gone. So less likely for like there might not be a rock to be milled first here, but DMOC final. Okay, we get the DMOC. That's very strong. I think that's the end of the game too, because we get back. We don't even need to get Grace because we have Gigante's Brain. But I think we get Grace because why not? Yeah, I don't think we play it because I don't want to give away more deck information if I can just bring Gigantes. And I guess I hope they're not on Karibo. So we could have played around Karibo by going Grace, which ideally was probably better to do, but this is over. I mean, this is 59, they're at 56. So, yeah. Going into game 3 of round 4 against Thrust, we got Guyamberman, who is playing against whoever wins. And then we open, not the worst. They do go great. We have Grace as well. They pitched Decree Book. They kept Decree in for our couple trap cards. I don't know. It's also stopping their mirror and stuff. That's interesting. I don't know why they kept Decree in. Anyway, people make their choices for whatever their reasons are. They pot. Maybe they didn't have anything else to side out. And now they set a trap, a chainable trap, but goats. Okay. So here, I'm pretty sure we disgrace because like I can pitch Master Monk without much regret currently. And they didn't set a Spire or Reaper or anything, so I'm like, well, might as well kind of try to capitalize off this. And we draw into a little bit of gas, so we pitch Monk, and then I think it's Reincarnate. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know what? We have Tribe, so let's True Nade. I'm like, if it's Goats, we got the answer. Let's just pop off. I thought about sitting on Swords for a bit, which, I mean, I think that would have walked outside of... Okay, yeah, currently the Swords would have stayed for a bit, so we could have held off till we get like 1, 2 more cards, but I just decided to pop off because I know he's got Spirit Reapers. I know he's got, I don't know, Spies, Spirit Reapers, Monarchs, and for him not to set anything, which he could have set Reaper, so I don't know why he didn't set Reaper. Huh. Anyway. We go try, pitch Swords, then Reasoning, because I think I might have put King Tiger Wangu in. I mean, I must have. I don't know why else I would order it, sequence it that way. Alright, comment below. Is it going to be Jinzo immediately with no other rocks? Okay. There's rocks. So it's not Jinzo immediately, no rocks. So it only happened, 4 times. Yeah, once in round 1, twice in round 2, and once in round 3. Okay. So I don't, this is game 3. Okay, I don't think it happens this round, this match. So, but it is Jinzo. But the monster is Jinzo. It just, there was actually a couple rocks before. Well, actually, and here's an unfortunate fact. If we had milled one more, let's just say, a Rock Spirit. If it was a Megarock, a Gigantes, and somewhere in this jumbo, heck, we could put him right here before a Rock Spirit right here, and then Jinzo, we could put 8,000 on board. Because this, Jinzo and this is 4, this is 19, we could banish the Gigantes for Gigantes, we could banish the Monk, the Megarock, and the Rock Spirit for a 2,100 Megarock, and that's another 4,000. That's 8,000 damage. They don't have Karibo. So we missed out on lethal by by 700 life because Jinzo interrupted the rock train. I mean, so because I am 700 off, I just decide just hit him for half then. Half-Life, part 2. This is, welcome to Edison. We did our Greffer arm wing play right now. Except this is 100 less and this is 100 more. That's kind of funny. Alright. Anyway, they have tons of cards, right? So, they brain the Jinzo. They Reaper. Hit us for 8. They're either going to hit Gigantes or Megarock. They end up hitting the Megarock, I think. Or is it Gigantes? Gigantes, okay. This is a big Megarock, so that's good at least. They meta Jinzo for Ryu Senshi. They set Ring. But, okay, yeah, so if we, order the Jinzo and the Gigantes the other way, because there was the next card on top of the deck, and then we still would have had 8,000 last turn. Whatever. Enough of the what-ifs, because we're actually about to game shot them anyway. Because I'm like, you know what? Doesn't matter what that back row is. Summon Gigantes. Alright, banish everything else. Summon 2100 Megarock. This is game over the Reaper. Ring is not going to save him. Ring, sure. Megarock and the Reaper. And we got it. So, that made it way closer than it needed to be. I think Jinzo trying to stump the milling from victory. But I mean, Jinzo is just a really good card, so I'm not saying like don't play Jinzo. But yeah, so that's round number 4. The Thrusters, I like that deck. Good luck in the rest of your games. Again, I think Thrush was a big supporter of the GFC. I could be wrong, but I don't know, I heard JDZ mentioning him, so shout out to Thrust. Not too familiar with the person, but yeah, thank you for liking the deck. I hope you get to see the profile here. And let's go on to round 5 against Guy Umberman. So this is Guy Umberman. We are in round 5, GFC21. We are currently 3-1 with Megarock Reasoning Gate. Will Jinzo seal our fate? Let's see. So they end up going for 2 TDs. And he set. And here I decide to upstart, and I upstart into Master Monk, and this is the biggest trap of all. It's probably a spy, but by the off chance, it's a Dekoichi for once, or a Sangian, or, Serpent, something that's not spy. But little do I know, it's not spy, but it's not what I want it to be. So I'm like, let's try to get in for 19 here, why not? Tribute the Monk Fighter for Master Monk, which if it is spy, we take 100, we would have taken 0 if we type with this, that's funny. And Spy can't get over Monk Fighter. But, yeah, but commit the Master Monk, which we could have just card D away, and honestly. He rings, actually. Man. So it's Night Assailant, but that's right, they actually just ring it, so. I decided to draw Rock Spirit for a 2k Defender so that we can protect our life points, because Chaos Turbo has almost nothing to get over this. Oh, wait. Night Assailant, yep. Then they sack for Thunder Dragon and smack us, and now we are just, we're in an interesting spot. We actually premature Rock Spirit because Rock Spirit, if you didn't know, says must first be special summoned. So you can reborn the spirit. Can you explain Nami rules or whatever that is? Attack for 100. They upstart. I know they have a Thunder Dragon in hand, so we're just praying. And then they Pro Storm us. They Sork us. I mean, we are just getting blown out here. We do have Brain, but they set more materials. They have the gas. Our option here is to not die, is to Brain Consort, banish it. Set the Go, pray it's not Space or Discard Trap. I could have activated it, but I decided to set it, and it was Bluff Knock. Okay. Shout out to Bluff Knock. Alright. They Faith, Heavy. That's actually good for us, so we do Chain Goats. And then they go, okay, they didn't have Tribe, luckily. I said Book, no. So their hand actually is crazy, like they were like bricked, but then, oh, surely I go for King, yeah. I just throw it all on the table with the King Dragoon. So I think they book Faith to get back Upstart. Yeah, I mean they have Upstart, not Thunder Dragon. Like I don't want to card you obviously, but like we're in a spot to kill them. They Upstart, set, swing, and now here's Spy. Here's the Spy that we've seen, and they Spy into guard, so that's interesting. I'll give them that. I've seen 3 Spies in guard, so that's kind of different. They card the because their hand was dead, and I think this is what gives them the gas. Oh, well, no, they got Upstart. What are they Upstart into? Jar. Wow, okay, yeah, no, they still can't answer King Dragoon. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. Even though my life's lower, I'm like, okay, let's pot. So, play around Dust Shoot, which, oh no, they discarded, yeah. They didn't have set, but. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, okay, let's see what this is. Because I don't want them to loop like Faith or something. So I'm like, let's rip this bandage off. Ends up being Sangan for Dekoichi. So they're just trying to draw outs. Trying to draw BLS, what they're doing. Here, I think for a bit, I set the stun I should not have. Because I want to be able to summon more guys to do more damage. So that was misplay in my opinion. And if they have Torrential or something that they can get off, then it's just clearing that start anyway. Better to keep it in hand for my graceful charity. So should not have set that. No reason to bluff right there. Already have 3 goats as well. I guess we don't lose to Tribe Sork by doing that, but both knocks were gone of theirs, but still, I don't think we should set this time. We set Dekoichi, we draw heavy, which is pretty good. And they actually do have Torrential, so I probably should have just heavied. They would have Wing Blasted this, probably, or maybe a goat, I don't know. But yeah, actually heavy, and then ring the guard, attack. Yeah, I don't know. Probably should have did that. I do attack the Koichi though, which is not terrible, but I think now they have drawn to what they need because they have Torrential. Yep, Sword, Pot, BLS. Yeah, we're dead. We are absolutely dead. They pot into MST, I think. Oh no, they just Wing Blast the back row. I decided not to chain it because I figured if they have BLS, we can maybe like snatch BLS for a game shot. But then they summon Spy, kaboom, and boom, boom. That is the end of the game. Chaos Turbo, everybody. All right. Fun deck. Let's go on to game number 2. What do you think this reasoning is going to do? Let's see. I don't think it happened again, but I honestly can't remember. Good, decent Torrential. Hit the breaker. But then they're like, okay, well, guess what? I got Thunder Dragon into Chaos Sword. Oh, no. Never mind. Okay, yeah, no Chaos Sword. I was like, are they just dropping it? But, okay, so it's not, so no rocks for Gigantes, but at least it's not Jinzo this time. I think we sided Stein out, so I think them calling 2, we get something no matter what. We end up just democking back the reasoning, and I might play it again. If they call 2 again, I'm pretty sure I sided Stein out. I'm like, alright, all I need to do is hit 1 rock, and then we can get Jinzo or something, and that'd be good. Oh yeah, we put it in Grandmarg because it's Chaos Turbo, so it wasn't Jinzo, but it was Grandmarg, which is a Rock Earth though. So if it does hit the grave, Gigantes has some fuel. So I can't be that upset. I think we just say, you know what do you have? Smack them. And both attacks connect. Oh no. They stack the Grandmarg instead of banishing the Democ and taking form. Huh. That's a bit strange. Are they going to take Democ? Oh, they have Swap and Guard, I guess. Huh. Anyway, we set a Goat and Pass. Oh, we set Book in case of Snatch, I guess. And I'm thinking there's no heavy, but there might be. I don't know. Anyway. This pesky board right here. They do set Book. They're holding the Swap. They're holding this swap for? I think they end up killing me with it, but like, I don't know, like that's weird. So we could have, I knew that they knew we were top decking Grand Mark, so I was like, okay, why would I tribute for Grand Mark to pop this? If it's Faith, it's not the end of the world. If it's Spy, it's not the end of the world. Why would I do this? Like they set this knowing I was drawing this, so I was like, I should have just did it so that I could get this online. But I also have this into this, which isn't terrible. They don't know I have this, so I don't know. That's tough to say if I should just slam the Grand Mark there. It's not like they had Faith for a greed. Now they have Spy. So yeah, just hitting the only like two non like rocks in the deck is like really hurting right now. You just pass, and now they flip the Spy. Here's Spy again. Spy like every single match. Spy is insane. This card just it comes in. Um, we take 12, and we just take both. And they soak it down, man. So yeah. Now I'm like, okay, well, Brain Grandmark is really good here, so we'll just do that, right? And I'm feeling good. Book of Moon, really strong book. Just brutal. Our hand's completely dead. We didn't, if we had any other rock before the DMOC, because I think this was the only one in our hand at that time. So we had like about 12 in deck, so or 11. I think 11 in deck. So unfortunate, but statistics again kind of hurting us. Wolf 73, which was the next person. Whoever wins faces them, I'm pretty sure, and they're playing Panda Burn, I believe. So that would not have been a great matchup. Anyway, unless we just are able to pop off, but if not, I don't know. I don't actually know. If we pop off fast, it's probably fine. But if they open like Chain Energy and stuff, it might get kind of dicey. I mean, we do have 3 Chunates heavy, but anyway, they have 3 Spies. Oh, and the guard is in their hand. Yeah. Okay, so like they would have guard too. That is crazy. So I think I do this. I do this to pretend that I have Stein in deck still because they keep calling 2. So I want to pretend that I'm trying to stay in Stein range at my 58. I don't have Stein in deck. That's just a mind game here. In case I draw another reason, they're going to call 2 because DMOC's gone. I mean, they might call 6 for Jinzo, but which is probably what it would be. But they do call 2 for that Stein they're scared of, because I'm going to Trinate. I would probably Trinate before reasoning. Then we're actually in a good spot, because we are going to get whatever monster it is, because I'm like 99% sure Stein's not in deck right now. And then the upstart anyway, so we're at 68. But then they drop the Sword to banish our last token. We don't have Monster Gate. If we did, that would have sucked. So it would have been ideal just to take the 12 in that case. They drop Sook, put the Sword down, which now it can be Grandmarked. All we need to do is get a dang rock in the grave to Grandmark. And we draw Prima, and there's nothing in the grave. Ah, man. I mean, I know the deck's, not the most consistent deck, but we're getting hammered because that reasoning was a flop. I mean, we got DMOC, which was great, but it was just the DMOC. But then the only spell was reasoning. We had there's no options like for DMOC. I was like, all right, you get reasoning again. Wait, did we get? No, it must have not been reasoning again because we would have. Oh, it was, and then we played it and we got Grandmark, and then we didn't tribute someone like Grandmark, and the DMOC got not assimilated. And went, dang, this changed the whole game right here. If we had just dropped the Grandmark on it, we probably would have been fine, honestly, because the Prima would have been live, the whole other rocks in our hand, which, I mean, I only had this at the time, but then I drew into this, and eventually drew into this. Man. Yeah, so not quite the best sequencing by me, and it's just a book, yeah. So I take 12, 12, 12, and I think for a while, am I gonna book this Sork? And I think I decided to keep I mean, if I take it, I go to 900, so I'm still able to use Premature Burial, and Brain's already in the grave. I don't play Dimension Fusion or anything in this version, so I don't have to book the Sork, but the only punish is if I draw, like, I guess Snatch Steal. Well, they would have souped down the Sork anyway. The only difference is, oh, yeah, they souped down the Spy. The only difference is if I draw a Lightning Vortex right now, which, it's a 1 in 28, so. Oh, but I draw a Graceful. And I think the Graceful gets us the Vortex. Oh, man. Yeah. It would have been 900, though, so then I would have also died to Ring. So that's something to consider. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we Graceful right into the Vortex, but... yeah, so we could have just Vortexed 3 other spies or something. Okay, but now we can finally start getting rocks in the grave. And we are getting Grandmarg over this spy. I mean, over this orc. Or no, over the spy. Oh, I guess I'm thinking about guard, but they already flipped this and did summon guard, so I should know that guard is either not in their deck, like sided out, or in their hand. So, actually, yeah, that's what I should have known, or kind of like been able to put together here. I think I just kind of forgotten. I should have known a spy flipped up with the other spies on field. I don't know. Anyway, at least I think it did. So we pitched Megarock and Goat. This is kind of a I think for a long time. I don't know if I did this quite optimally, but I get rid of the Rock Spirit because that just dies by Tsukiyomi. I mean, so does Grandmarg, but we pop the Spy, attack over the Sork. It doesn't really matter the order. I guess we could have kept him. Oh no, we're gonna drop. We don't drop double Gigantes. Oh, we can't. Huh. Yeah. Oh, I pitched the goats. Huh. Maybe it could have said with Prima, but I guess we have Prima Trunade that we're trying to do. Yeah, we could have Vortexed, but then we still only do 19 direct with the Vortex. So I think I just hold the Vortex. But I know they have Sook. And they set guard. They set a goat. Yeah, and we're not killing them. I mean, okay, we draw reasoning, and like that's solid, right? Because we can Trunade. We probably should have tried to do a Prima play and held Trunade. I don't know, but we go reasoning, and I'm like, all right. They're gonna call 6, and who thinks it's gonna be Jinzo? Jinzo immediately with no rocks. Okay. So yeah, it happened in this match as well. So 4 or 5 matches, reasoning. Jinzo immediately no rocks, and actually the other reasoning in this game was Demock immediately. Only reasoning was reasoning is the only spell, and no rocks. And so on the first reasoning we had, I think around 11 or so, 11 to like 11, 12 rocks in deck. On this reasoning we have less. We only have 1, 2, 3. We have 6 or 7 rocks, but we hit Jinzo immediately no rocks for the we just need to hit 1 there. If we hit 1 there, that changes the game. Yeah, if we hit 1, like that's pretty solid. We could still Prima the Jinzo, summon the Gigantes, clear both, and threaten 38 direct. Yeah, I don't know. That makes a difference probably. So instead we end up prematuring the Jinzo because we can't even summon the Gigantes. We go. Oh, we do Vortex because we can't summon the Gigantes. Oh, right, we're going for game. Okay, I mean we know they have Sook in hand, and again I should have known this had potential to be guard, but I think here I'm just gonna go for game because this is 48 right here. So we haven't normal summon this turn. We go Gigantes. They end up bouncing the Jinzo. So Prima falls, kill it. We should attribute it for Jinzo here. This because we know they have Tsukiyomi. Yeah, we know they have Sook. So I should have summoned this so that I have 2 things that don't die to Tsukiyomi. So yeah, that was a big misplay right there. But fun fact, that creature swap they've been holding on to, guess what they have? Oh yeah, I think they top like that. I think so. Losing to BLS again. So that was my GFC21 run with Megarock. Didn't quite play perfectly. Again, likely could have came back in the first match, game 3, if I didn't get too greedy with the heavy storm. And this one, so we got reasoning in the Jinzo immediately before any rocks. I believe 5 times in 5 matches. No, Yeah, 5 times over the course of 5 matches. Once in round 1, twice in round 2, once in round 3, and once in round 5. So it was not in the cards today for Megarock Reasoning Gate. I may or may not bring this back at some point. I said 3rd time today. No, it was actually the 5th time today. I even underreported it there. And I think I just kind of, do show here by milling my deck. Do you want to show that there were other rocks? Okay, this is not Earth, but it is a rock. But as far as the Gigantes goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. And then at that moment, when I had activated it, I think there might have been a 9th or even 10th in deck still. When it was the DMOC, yeah. When it was the DMOC, I think there was like a 12 monsters, 10 being Earth Rock, and the DMOC Jinzo Cyberjar is Darks. But all right, so yeah, we die here, and that is the end of GFC21 for us. We went 3-2 with Megarock Gate. It was a fun event. This is over an hour long. I should have known that if I recorded, it would be a super long rambly video because it has been a long time. School is starting tomorrow, so when I do post, I'm going to try to make it quick videos, like, I don't know, just not like movies like this one. But thanks for watching the Megarock Gate movie. If you're still watching, you're a real one, you're an OG. You're much loved and appreciated. We're almost at 500 subs. It's been like half a year. Got to get back to it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I need to get more content out, and this has been Crops, aka V Speeds. Signing out. Bye.